Three.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Easy.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Three.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
His throw caught at about the 5. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Second down, Mariota. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. As his guys are in for 6. And the Titans have taken a first quarter lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! Alert! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch him now, Barney! Who that?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. you got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Very good return that time. 18 yards, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Mariota on the delay to Henry. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't in a crazy, crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. Mariota on 3rd and 2. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Tackle made there by Trayvon Howard.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw Mariota. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Mariota now from the 50. And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Hold on.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. He finds some open field here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
And they'll go on the ground. And some room to work. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Shift! Watch the shift!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a third down and a yard to start things out.
Over!
Deuce.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Detroit!
Alert! Mike's 50.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Slam.
Detroit!
Mike 50.
Gun!
It's our time.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target, and now it's second down.
Let's go.
Mariota gives to Henry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Come on now. I know you feel that.
Throwing is Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Here we go.
The first throw now for the backup, Keenum. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's second down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's second and 10.
got 4. We got 4.
Mary left, Mary left.
Wide.
Keenum again here on 2nd and 10. The Sanders has got it complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
22.
3 down, 3 down.
Here goes the hot.
A shotgun snap for Keenum.
Stay with your man.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. First down, Mariota. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
3.
On the counter, it's Henry. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
3.
59's Mike.
3.
59. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Keenum now to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tight right. Solo out there. Check the outs out there.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They're coming. They're coming.
A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Denver right after this.
Three.
Mariota hands to Henry. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. The Titans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. In for the score. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
This is similar to baseball, where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Denver getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A gain of 6 there on first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On second down, Freeman. Look at the spin. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Hey.
Jam. All right. Go, Doc.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, orange!
Mike's 50.
On second down, here's Keenum. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
Hey, orange!
Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Yeah.
Hey, go, Roger. Hey, Mike's right.
Switch.
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
You got three down.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On play action, Mariota. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Austin. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Hey, orange! Actually, hot!
Keenum on third down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Hey, 4 down.
Hold on. No, doctor. Watch twist.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw is Keenum. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. A Bronco first down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Keenum now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Hey,
Get on. 120.
got 4 down.
Hey, Mike's right.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Out of the gun, Keenum. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10.
Tight right.
Hey.
Get hot.
Back to the air. Keenum on second down. Wide open receiver complete.
Here we go, boys.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
4 down. Check.
Hold on. No, doctor. 22.
From the red zone, it's Keenum. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Jam.
4 down.
Hey, 52. Here we go. Say hi.
Now Keenum again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
3 down.
They come up in an offset eye.
Here, easy. All right, we're good.
Turn up.
Hey, go, Roger.
Check 9.
They give it to him running left. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Roger, roger, roger.
Bring it.
Get hot.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Flushed out right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter.
One.
I'm coming after you.
Mariota now on 2nd down. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Mariota dumps it off to Lewis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Nice hit, boy.
Mariota now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Baby, get him, boys. Get him, boys.
Now it's the backup Gabbert. Sets up the screen to Lewis. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
54's
Keenum on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Keenum again here on 2nd and 10. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sua Cravens in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon.
They can't stop me out here.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Mariota. And that is incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Now it's Keenum. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Broncos on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Jam. Here goes the hot. Like 20.
Working from the gun, Keenum. He goes underneath to Freeman.
I'm on.
There he goes right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Royce Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out come the Titans now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Goes underneath for Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing here, Mariota. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. Mariota now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Mariota. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Like 20. Hey, go, Roger.
Whip. Watch the whip. I got him. On me. Check. Hot route. Hot.
And before the conversion attempt, we'll get a timeout call by the offense. And that'll leave them with only one remaining in this second half. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for two.
Strong right. 3 down.
Here goes the hot. Like 20.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Jam.
You can't block me. You can't block
52. Here we go.
me.
After the interception, here's Keenum. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll roll him out right.
Blitz.
They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They'll look to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Let's get it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
One.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They give him a gain of 38. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line.
One.
Back to throw. The quick slant caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Watch tight. Tight is right.
They come out here in the eye. He'll look to throw. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
54.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here.